Owls, they've managed to raise their hitting percentage up now to 176 for the match, just 185 for the Quakers. So either team setting the world on fire, but that has a lot to do with the defenses. It's going to be an interesting race to the finish to see who ends up with more digs. Quakers still out in front, 62 to 60. That's pretty impressive. Unsurprisingly, again, Pollock leading the way with 20, but Elsa McDermott also in double digits for the Quakers. Not to be outdone, Claudia Rivera with 17 and Leah Harper with 14. Double digits. So a double-double for Leah Harper on the match.
Welcome back to Philadelphia, PA, and we're about to start set number 4.
This one's going to be a bit of a battle.
It's going to be a bit of a battle here. If the Pink Quakers win this set, that means we're going to 5th and final set.
Won a match that they didn't sweep, but it's impossible to keep that up for an entire season. So it'll be interesting to see now how the Quakers respond. Trailing 2-1. Officials just verifying the rotations here as the players are out on the floor. Steel Sinai is going to get the start here for the Temple Owls. Set number 4. She's contributed to the match so far. She'll be joined on the outside by Michaela Murray and Leah Harper. And Christiana Green will also be an attack option for the Cherry and the White. Lexi Yosa will start out at the center in their 6-2 rotation. And it's the defensive libero, Claudia Rivera, into the match to start set number 4.
Here we go in set number 4.
Haley Kerstetter will get the start in the middle. See there, Siskin will be one of the options on the outside, along with Jenna Garner. Elsa McDermott in the back row in this rotation for Jada Sanger, who'll be back in up front. Emery Moore running the offense, and of course, Pollock wearing the libero jersey. Good second swing by Siskin for the kill.
That's a nice swing. Able to identify Harper's hand. Wasn't completely over the net. Used its tool right off her block.
And Kerstetter will take her shot back from the service line. McDermott with another good dig. Second time's a charm, though, as Green's able to use the block.
She did it right back to Siskin there.
And the graduate student from Martinsburg, West Virginia, Leah Harper with the serve. Sent a little bit off the net and right into the block. Credit that block to Sinai and Green. Steel Sinai only saw action in 7 sets heading into tonight's match, but it's provided a nice spark for the Owls off the bench. Siskin's cross-court attempt that time is a little wide. Better pass that time. Gives all 3 attacks, puts them in the option, and it was Adele Murray able to terminate there. Haven't seen Adele take a lot of swings tonight.
It was a great pass and a great set in tempo to Adele Murray. Again, she swung back to that 116. Super effective shot.
Guess I should correct myself and say we haven't seen Adele Murray terminate a lot of points tonight. She's up to 4 kills on the match, but that was her 18th swing. So an uncharacteristically low 111 hitting percentage for Adele Murray in the match. The L's are able to side out. And Maddie Metcalf back into the match. A quick set again, first tempo again. Adele Murray with the kill, so maybe the Quakers are on to something there.
Great set by Shofi from the threshold of the 10-foot line, a little bit further off the net, still trusting Adele to put the ball away.
Followed up by a service error from Jenna Garner. She did come into the match second on the team in service errors for the Quakers, as Janiyah Lane now checks into the match for the red and blue. And the sophomore middle blocker from Houston, Texas. Try to give her side a spark. Oh, not in the middle. As Sanger's able to tool the block on the high set.
It was a great set by Pollock. High and inside. Gave room for Sanger to maneuver around the block and move the ball how she wants.
You can see there it carries out of bounds despite the good effort by the Temple defense. And my apologies, Janiyah Lane in on the right side. Played in the middle last year, but she's going to take her shot out of the pin now. Just the 8th set of action for Janiyah, sophomore from Houston, Texas, and Episcopal High. Sanger again climbs the ladder for that swing. I don't think Jada's messing around anymore.
No. She is such a versatile player. Deep corner, down the line, roll shot, tipping the ball. I agree. I do not think she's messing around.
Tough serve from Moore. Sanger the beneficiary of the overpass. 3 straight for Jada.
A solid serve by Moore. Nice and flat over the net. Barely any spin.
She rarely jumps or barely jumps when she does, but her ball has a lot of movement. Real knuckle to that serve. Volleyball heat check right there. And smartly tapped down by Kerstetter on the overpass after the thumping swing from Ellie Siskin.
She whipped out the hammer. They gave her a line. She said, all right, I'll take it.
She doesn't need much.
Nope.
Tough pass that time on the dipping serve. Quakers will take it, another service ace. And now each side is level on the aces, 5 apiece. Well, the Quakers do have 8 errors against Temple's 5 service errors. Looked like Center Gonzalez Marati had to get on her horse a little bit there to track that ball down, but put up a good hittable set nonetheless.
Harper definitely took care of that one.
Hardy with the dipping serve. Siskin had some trouble with it, and Garner's overpass will go out of bounds. Consistent service pressure tonight from both sides.
Yep.
Try Sanger on the right pin. Temple ready for that. Siskin from the left and off the block and out of bounds. A little change of pace that time from the Quakers. Usually see those two on the opposite pins, but showing their versatility, I suppose.
Yeah.
Good pass that time, but again, Temple opts to go with the back row attack. And again, the official says Michaela Murray was on the 10-foot line when she took off. See what Gonzalez Marati comes up with on this possession. Out to the pin, but a tight set to the net.
Looks like that one slipped in between Siskin and Kirkstetter's hands.
Kind of a trap set that time, but well, not terrible, I guess. Harper did what she usually does with it. She terminates. 15 kills now on the set and in the match, and a service ace from Lexi Yoza. Yoza's another player with a double on the match. Lexi does it with assists and her 10 digs. Go along with her 18 assists on the match to lead the Owls. Good dig by Michaela Murray. And Moore keeps that ball up. And slid down by Jenna Garner. Another heady shot by a Quaker attacker.
I think that was a great change of pace, great choice there.
So Kirkstetter back to the service line. She does have 3 service aces on the season. She comes from good athletic stock and academic stock. Her father played football and baseball at MIT. And I think that we have a challenge here. So back to work goes the second referee, Laura Kraft. And crew will go back to work to try to provide the shots. Andrew Jersky at the helm tonight. Randall Miller taking care of stats. Previously mentioned it, Julian Mazzarelli and double duties on the replay. Third challenge of the match for the Owls. They were successful on the previous 2, and I have to be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure what they're looking at here, so I don't want to predict.
Maybe a touch. We'll see what the decision is. I'm going to take a chance here. I'm going to say that this one's upheld too.
I'm going to take a chance here and say I'm not 100% sure at all.
All right, so if I can get back over 500 on the season, you're going to keep your perfect record intact.
Germs.
Touched on it earlier, but both teams are back in action as they each start their respective conference slates this weekend. Temple has to get on the plane, traveling down to Houston and taking on the Rice Owls on Friday. Then they hop over to Louisiana and take on the Green Wave of Tulane on Sunday. Waits just with the one home match against Princeton on Friday. First weekend of Ivy League play. Play your travel partner. And the Quakes have the only match on Friday. Rest of the action will happen on Saturday or Sunday. Harvard and Dartmouth, I think I saw, are actually playing this Sunday, so that's a late start for the Ivy season. The New York schools will play each other on Saturday. The preseason number 1 and the preseason number 3, Yale and Brown, will face off. It's usually a good contest. I think we're nearing it.
Should be a good week of volleyball, huh?
Yeah, it's always fun. I know it's tough to say a rivalry is a real rivalry when it's one-sided. And Princeton has certainly gotten the better of the Quakers over the last decade, but Quakers ended a long losing streak up at Princeton last season, and they're hoping to end a long home losing streak. I don't think Penn have beaten Princeton here at the Palestra since 2013.
I see some of our fans from Temple University.
Yeah,
We'll see.
we're looking forward to it. We hope you can join us. We'll have the action for you here on ESPN Plus. First serve is at 7:02 Eastern, 4:02 Pacific.
This call is taking quite a while. Not sure if that means anything.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide if quick decisions are more likely to be overturned or upheld, but this has been a long one. But it's a pretty critical time in the match, tied up at 11.
It's a tie game.
Swing. Peek over Laura Craft's shoulder, we can see she's looking from the net cam. She was looking from the net cam.
You can see the Owls are playing a fun game over there to stay warm. Feel like that's needed.
A version of freeze tag. Players who are not currently on the court.
Gotta stay warm. You gotta stay ready to go.
That is one of the nice things that I think about volleyball in general. You know, as much as I'm a jaded Philadelphia sports fan, it's one of the sports where really there seems to be joy involved. You know, happy people, they celebrate. They don't just get mad when something bad happens, but they actually enjoy the good results.
Yeah. I love that everybody on the court is a necessity. I played basketball and I played a lot of volleyball in my life, and I loved volleyball more because of the soul, friendship, teammate energy.
And I mean, Palestra widely recognized as the cathedral of college basketball, but I like to refer to it as the chapel of college volleyball. Pulls double duty.
Right.
And we have a pretty good crowd here, especially for a weeknight. I guess part of that is the local connection. Seems like there's some youth volleyball teams, club teams here in attendance. No band yet. We'll probably get the band later in the season for some Ivy League matchups. That's fun.
I love when there's a band. You can feel the energy.
And so we have a decision and a discussion when the referee goes over to the challenger. I don't know if that's a necessarily good sign for Temple. Friendly discussion at the moment.
What did he say?
Mentioned that Linda Hampton Keith was the former head coach at NC State. She was the head coach for their only tournament victory. Came back in 2017 when they beat the Oregon Ducks 3-2. NC State was deprived of their opportunity of another NCAA victory in 2023. But we won't talk about that one.
That one hurt a bit.
I know. That was... Well, I can say I wasn't a member of that team, but you got jobbed. Oh, it's always a first team out. So that may explain why it was taking so long. Laura Kraft explained that there was a technical issue with the replay, so they couldn't actually adjudicate the challenge. So Temple will retain it. They can't change the result of the play. would probably explain why she went over to talk to Coach Hampton Keith. But out of the second referee's control, so she handled it according to protocol. And Haley Kerstetter will stay on the service line for the Quakers. And the rookie from Frisco, Texas gets us restarted. Floated over, good hands by Murray Adele to keep that alive. And again, a quick reaction, and that ball sails just inside the line. Actually, Sinai with good placement that time.
Sometimes those long challenges can be a little feeling like you're in a bit of a slump. You got to come back out here, and it takes a couple points to get going, but
yeah, that is the consensus downside of the challenge review system. It can break up the momentum and the rhythm of a match.
Yep.
That ball's still alive. Now Penn, quick transition, good hands though. Green keeps that ball off the floor. Garner tries to float. Green with another quick reaction, that time coming off the block. And it's going to earn Temple the point. Hard work that time for the outs. Green, like Sanger, only plays in the front row, really, in most rotations, but she has managed to chip in with 6 sticks on the match. Go along with her 11 kills.
there she is for another dig.
Some scrappy play from the Owls, but Adele Murray eventually puts the ball down for Penn. And we will see Anna Shofi check back into the match now as Moore heads to the sideline. Janiyah Lane also back in up front for the Quakers as Ellie Siskin will take a seat. Coach Axum trying to mix things up now with Lane instead of Rittenberg on the right side. We'll see how that goes. Good work by Lane to come off the net for that dig. Even better work by the Owls to keep it up. Pancake dig, says the referee. I don't think Coach Hagstrom agrees. We'll see how this play ends up. Another great long rally. Quakers insisting quickly in transition. Garner couldn't find a touch, and on the swing, it's going to be point Temple, or is it? Garner thinks she found a touch.
What did he say?
Yeah, so Coach turns to us. I think he preemptively apologized about the challenge. And they're going to challenge that the ball was in. I think he
Who
was
just
saying
said that? Come on.
there was another delay in the match, but
Gotta do what you gotta do.
that's right. More important to get it right. So we'll see how this one ends up. I don't know. I'm torn because Garner seemed pretty insistent that there was a touch. I didn't think there was one live.
Initially, I thought he was going to challenge the pancake
Yeah.
being down.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought so too. Live, it looked like that
Yeah.
ball was not off the floor, but
Wow.
so the call was reversed. I'm wrong again.
That was way off.
And an important point for Penn. That challenge Took much less time. That's good. Keep the rhythm moving here. I like how the officials are wired now too, so they can talk to each other more easily.
Yep.
So 13's wild here in the fourth set. 13-13 on the scoreboard. And the two number 13s, Adele Murray for Penn and Leah Harper for Temple, have their imprint all over this match. Murray's raising that hitting percentage now up to 154 with her 6 kills. Go with 3 digs and a block. And unsurprisingly again, Leah Harper filling the stat sheet with 15 kills. Hitting a pretty respectable 270 on 37 attacks. 16 digs, a block, and a service ace. Took a question of getting the rotation set on the Temple side, and now Anna Shofi will get us restarted with a service error. Tough serve leads to the overpass. Great reaction by McDermott. Hey, Penn can't actually outlast the Owls. Kayla Murray goes offhand.
There's a tough play there.
So a 2-point advantage for the Owls as we'll take a break. We'll be back with more fourth set action from the Blaster. This is the NCAA volleyball presented by ESPN+.
We'll be right back on the other side.